Feel pretty good to finally find the end zone for the first time?
It did feel good. I was just trying to work on it, just keep getting better, and hopefully get to the end zone again. You just got to let that one go.
What Harbaugh Gaddis say to you after it?
Just a good hard run.
Nothing else?
Nothing else. I don't want to glorify that too much. Hopefully I'll get to the end zone again. I don't want to just make that some spectacular moment that I'm going to think about for the rest of my life.
It was special, wasn't it? I mean, it does.
It was cool. I mean, it took some pressure off. I finally got to the end zone, but now I just want to get comfortable with it, get comfortable scoring. I don't want to just get complacent, I scored. Now I'm done.
What does that do confidence-wise? Does it give you a little boost knowing you've been there now?
It can definitely build on it. Gives me more energy, gets me more pumped up, gets me more excited, gets me wanting to get into the end zone again. So.
You already kind of have that a little bit since you had that what looked like a touchdown in the bowl game.
Oh yeah. Definitely needed to get in the end zone after that. I feel like that was. As a running back, that's just your goal to score. You want to get in the end zone. You want to help your team, first downs, all that. But getting in the end zone is definitely something that we strive to do. So.
What did you learn the most having more of a starting contributing role this season and this fall?
Learn the most, I'd probably say to just trust my teammates, trust the players around me, trust the line to do what they have to do, trust the blocks, and really just be patient.
Before the bowl game, we heard a lot about how you were impressing in practices, things like that. What's carried over this year from December?
Just not being complacent, just staying on the grind, just doing what I need to do, just trusting the process, trusting in the coaches, and just, like I said, not getting complacent or just thinking I'm already there when I haven't really done anything yet.
Was that something you kind of had to learn throughout last year?
No, I knew it wasn't my turn yet. It wasn't my time, but I wasn't going to let that affect me from grinding or working to get to where I wanted to be. So I wasn't going to be complacent, or I wasn't just going to just stop and be like, oh, it's not my time yet. Let me just chill out a little bit and just wait till it is my time.
Did you learn anything from Karan during that time, watching him?
I did. Karan's a hard worker. Karan told me, he was the one that really taught me to be patient when I got more to college, be patient on my tracks, be patient on all of my runs and stuff, because I came out of high school just trying to be the speed guy. When I got here, I was just trying to just outrun everybody. He was the one that told me, you keep doing that, you're going to get hit pretty hard. So it's going to happen. So he taught me how to be patient with it.
How long do you think it took you to kind of realize that, or him start doing that?
I'd say game situation. When I got into the game and I realized and I got adjusted with the tempo of how fast the defensive guys are and how fast defense is on the next level in general. I think that kind of just helped me slow things down and be patient about it.
When did it start to slow down? When did that rhythm come into place this season?
This season, I'd like to state when I started running the ball first game. That was something I worked on over the summer. That was something that I emphasized majorly, is just slowing down, being patient with my runs and all that. I think I got better first game. You see more results second game, third game. So I just feel like I'm just getting better as I'm going. I'm not saying I'm already there yet. I'm not saying I'm just got it all now. I got it all down, but I think I'm still working on it. I'm still getting better.
Jim mentioned you as someone who it seemed like every time you were making strides in practice and they were about to put you in a game, it seemed like you would get hurt or dinged up or something. I guess what was that like that first year and having a few setbacks in that manner?
You just got to keep going. That's just your mindset, your attitude. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control the results of it. So you can't control everything that's going to happen to you in life, but you can control how you react to it, how you respond to it. That's the R factor. I learned that in high school from one of my coaches, and that's just stuck with me, the R factor, just how you respond on everything. So you can't let injuries slow you down or take you out of your mindset from being where you want to be.
Do you like how they've rotated back so far, just playing time, carries?
Yeah, it's just part of being an unselfish back. You got to know that you're not out there alone. There's other dudes out there with the same skill set as you that can get things done with you. And as an offense, if we're winning games, you can't really complain. So.
How much better does it make each of you that it's a competitive situation, that you can earn carries, and how much does it make each of you better and the team better?
I think it helps out a lot, that friendly competition in practice of just everybody trying to make each other better, trying to push each other to run harder. you see guys like Zach running hard in practice, so you're like, okay, now let me go match that tempo. Let me speed it up, and I think it creates like a domino effect at the backs of one person's just speeding it up and one person's running harder in practice, and I think it just brings more energy to the running back group.
Was pass protection a challenge to really start grasping in college?
I think everything just got harder in college. It's just something you just have to adjust with. Either adjust or you don't. It's just something you have to just keep improving on, keep working on.
Where do you think you are with that?
I'm not gonna say I'm an expert at it. I'm still grinding. I'm still, still getting better as it goes.
How do you get better at pass protection other than, I guess, just like bulking up? Like, is there technique?
Yeah, there's technique, reps in practice. Just really, it doesn't have to be on another person. You can hit a bag. You can work on just really being more physical, working your eyes. Your eyes have to be in the right spot. There's just a bunch of little things that make it better.
Is it hard to simulate it without actually doing it in a game?
It's not. It's really just about training your mind, training your eyes. Like I said, it's just really the hardest part is if you're not doing it on the person, if you're not working pass protection, you got to carry what you learned through training into the game. Or when you're going against somebody, you just got to remember all the things that you did on like a practice pad or a practice dummy, and just incorporate that to the person.
So some muscle memory in a sense?
In a sense, yeah.
Was that emphasized pretty early on when you got here?
It was pass protecting. I feel like as a running back, pass protecting is key. You have to protect the quarterback, and that's something you realize. If you went to a high school where all they did was run the ball, you get to college and you realize that that's not your only job. That's not the main thing you focus on. The main thing is protecting the quarterback and moving the ball down the field. So pass protecting is really emphasized a lot.
Did you do that in high school then, or were you more of a running back who just like ran?
We pass protected. We ran, but I did know going into college. My coach always told me that if you can't block, you're not going to play. So I kind of had that. I knew that going into college.
In terms of training your eyes, like how do you learn to do that? Like where do you need to look, I guess?
It just depends on the scheme and how we're preparing for that week, for that team, and what's going on.
So it's just like identifying the linebacker who might be blitzing, or?
Yeah, so it's really how you can look at it. You go inside out, or just however we're scheming the team. So it's the plan that we put in place for that team. We know where to look. We either look outside, inside, or whatever the scheme is, and you just got to lock that down and just move on from there.
What's your reaction to the law in California that college athletes make money off of like deals with agents or endorsements?
Well, that's not going to affect me. That's like 4 years from now. I guess, like I said,
Do you think recruits may want to go to California schools if they can make money there?
I think that'll definitely help. That will for sure.
One or two more for Christian, if anyone has
Last
anything
week,
else.
everybody was saying practices were more physical. You said so after the game also. How is that carried over to this week?
It has carried over. So we're practicing with more energy. We're practicing more physical this week. We had a great practice today, and we're just going to build off that. Just keep going through the rest of the week.
How much Iowa film have you watched, and what do you make of their defense, which has been it's pretty highly rated right now?
They're a good defense, and we're going to respect them as a good defense. We're putting a plan together. We watched film. We're going to continue to watch film all week and just go from there.
Anything else for Christian?
Your high school was pretty competitive, especially at the running back room, it seemed like. How did that shape you and maybe how you approached the game?
That definitely helped. In high school, I was never just the main back. I've always rotated. The guy I rotated with since freshman to senior year is a dude that's at Florida State right now. So it really allows you to become an unselfish player. It brings in that friendly competition part of it, the aspect of it. So when I got here, it wasn't, it's not really any different. There's a bunch of great backs in this room that have the ability to be a starter if they had to. So I feel like I think high school, to answer your question, high school did prepare me for that.